Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, goyles, ladies, mostly, hopefully, welcome back to another episode of Tess Talks. And I gotta say, I'm feeling really good recording this. I'm recording this on a Monday. Did you guys know that Bobby Jokes has a brand new job? He is now working with Houston Public Media. And so I have to get these into him earlier now. Because normally I could just send it to him and he'd have it done immediately because he was like still on the job hunt. Oh, that was my ankle popping. Do you guys have a bone that pops often? For mine, it's my ankles. And when I go downstairs, it just sounds like popcorn. Like I'm kind of like moving my ankles right now. And listen to this, I can do my wrist. I mean, that's all day. That's all day with the wrists. So any hoozle, I am in the comfort of my apartment. It's a Monday morning and I'm going to get this into Bobby Jokes and hopefully he'll have it out tomorrow. There's nothing really time sensitive in this, but there are a lot of topics that I want to get into. So I'm so glad you guys, the downloads have been great. You guys have been sharing these and spreading the joy of Tess Talks with the world where it's meant to be, out in the ether, out in the H and beyond, yonder. So I got back from my Alaskan cruise and a lot of people were asking me for do's and don'ts. I know I talked a lot about that last time, but now that I've thought about it, it's like the main takeaways I would say is like, don't overpack because there's a fucking laundromat on this ship. Of course they have a laundromat. Okay. So I definitely would not I would bring like either one big luggage and then just check it and have a little backpack, or I would bring my carry-on and then, check one big bag of luggage as well. Like nothing beyond that, like sharing that bigger one with Travis, like half his, half mine. And then we just carry like the rest. Yeah. And I think my whole family would kind of agree with that as well. I also think we would only do 5 days at sea. These longer cruises are not for me, but I feel like an outlier on that. Some people really like that extended time and the unplugging and the not having to think. And like I said, the service at the Princess Cruise Line is undefeated. I mean, it's undefeated. They are just so wonderful and everyone's from different countries and it's just, I don't know. I fucking loved it. Get the premier package. So the packages we had meant we could have 15 drinks per day as long as that drink didn't cost more than $20. And nothing I ordered to drink cost more than $20. For me, let me take you through the drinks I drink. RIP my liver. Actually didn't drink last night. And that's probably why I'm feeling extra great today. Okay, so dirty martinis. I think Aperol Spritz, a lot of Aperol Spritz, coconut margarita. Only got that one time. Maybe should have gotten that a couple more times. A lot of champagne, a lot of flutes in the champagne. We had a hot tub day when it was a little colder and it was, man, I never got out once. I was with Travis, Savannah, my brother, and my two brothers, and somehow I got out of the rotation for having to go to the bar. Me and Savannah were making the guys go bring us champagne, and that was fun. And also, guys, I think you guys think like, I do drink a lot. That's true. Like, I definitely need to cut back, but I don't have like 10 drinks in a day. I really, really, really don't. This is like spread out over the thing. I get buzzed off of 2 drinks. That used to not be the case back in my 20s. I would have about 10 drinks every time I went out. But now, I mean, 2 glasses of red wine and good night, Houston. Good night, San Antonio, because that's the last time I had 2 glasses of red wine after I called the Gunslingers versus San Diego game over the weekend, which I can tell you a little bit more about that. So yeah, those were my drinks. Also, I did a lot of micheladas. And what else? Yeah, just some wine. We had a nice dinner with the wine pairings. So that's all. I love it when they do that. I love it when they pick out what wines exactly go with the food to bring out the flavor. That just takes all the guesswork out of things for me. And it's like when I told you guys this, I'm a fan of letting the experts cook. Okay. Like, don't even give me a menu. What does the chef think I should have? The chef that has like been working around food their whole life? What does that guy think? What does the sommelier think I should have? Like, leave it up to them. Leave it in their hands, okay? I'm just getting better at delegating all the tasks, okay? So get the premier package. I would say splurge on the balcony. And something you can do if you're going with a group, say you're going with twos, maybe someone can, like one person can get the balcony and one person can get the other room. So yeah, what you can do is maybe you're a group of 4 or a group of 6. I would say 2 of those, like out of the whole group, maybe 2 of those people can get the room with the balcony if you're going on like a couple's trip. Or even if there's a single, maybe someone in the group needs to splurge on the balcony room that's a little more spacious to like hang out. Okay, I will say that my brother and my sister and my niece, they all had one room, and I was like worried that it was going to be a lizard box. It was so nice. It was so spacious. They did have a window where they could like see the sea, see what they could see by the ocean, in the ocean, as we were sailing on the ocean top. Anyway, and they just like to come to our room for like a breather and a break and a chill and a hangout. And that was like all good. As long as one person has that balcony where you can enjoy some of these glaciers and mountains and views, I think you'll be fine. And just make sure everyone's cool with that, because some people don't like people in their room, which I find weird. But I grew up with siblings, and I get it. I get that people like their space. Maybe you're an only child, you lucky weirdo. What else? I would say splurge on one really nice excursion, and then maybe leave it to discovery on finding something else, because there's both, right? There's like, there's of course locals in these towns that can take you on stuff, but remember, those aren't insured by Princess. So if you want to go with the local excursion, or just honestly, like my sister was with the baby most of the time. So she just wanted to explore, walk around the town, do the shops, get a coffee. And that's really good. I don't think you should, like, we kind of built up our schedule a lot. And there were times when I was like, damn, I really just wish we could kind of call our own shot today instead of having every single day something planned. But I think my brother really liked that, because he is a planner, and, you know, it's like, this is a schedule, everyone be ready, this is where we're meeting. And I told you guys, when I travel, I like 2 days on, 2 days off. So like I like an excursion, like 2 adventurous days, and then there has to be a day in there where you do nothing and recover. There just has to be. You have to schedule that rest if you're going to be, to me, optimal vacationing. Okay, so that's my other suggestion. Take advantage of the stuff that is included, because we got upgraded rooms, like a balcony room and a premier drinking package. There were some things that they threw in. So they threw in some credits for the excursions. So I think we got like a $200 credit. So we were able to book like a really nice tour of Mendenhall Glacier and Mendenhall Falls. And that was really awesome. So take advantage of that, because say you blow your whole budget on booking the damn cruise. Well, there are credits included when you do small upgrades. Also, because we got that, we had like some family pictures included, and that was really cute too. So you get like, they'll take some pictures of you, and normally you'd have to order these packages, but they were included, and we got those before we left the ship. Okay. Like I said, everyone is very helpful. They know you're on vacation. It is their job to be hospitable to you. And yeah, 10 out of 10 recommend that. I would say make friends, okay? Say hello to your neighbors. Find the things on the ship that are going to help you find your room quicker. There was this one door that was decorated for like someone's 50th birthday party. And every time I saw that door, I was like, okay, I'm like in the right direction. Okay. Cause like I said, we were doing some drinking, and I wasn't always, I suck at directions anyway. So that always helped me. But then just remembering like what floors, like the pool, the buffet, all that stuff are on, and you'll get to know the ship. But be kind to people, say hello to people. I'm still mad at the people who are from Houston who are on that cruise that didn't come say hello to me straight away. When's the next time anytime a Houstonian's in the house, guys? We gotta, stick together. Speaking of Houstonians in the house, did you guys see the schedule release videos from the Texans? The schedule release where they like start with Buffalo week 1, and it was basically Toro pretending he was one of those like claw machines that goes and like crushes the food down, and every team was like a food. So like Philly was like the cheesesteaks. Obviously Green Bay was a block of cheddar cheese. Toro, like smashed some raw chicken wings with buffalo on them and then like broke a table. So that was cute. That was cute. You guys know I'm a reformed Dallas Cowboys fan. Listen, I'm always going to root for the Texas teams, but I'm full on H-Town till I drown now. My dad said this would happen to me if I stayed in the city long enough. He was absolutely right. I've been here for, I think, almost 8 or 9 years, going on a decade, okay? Going on a freaking decade. I've never stayed anywhere this long in my life except for Corpus, and that wasn't because I had a choice. That was because I was a minor. So their schedule release video apparently is very good. And it was like, they kind of have like the Traders like turret, like that shawl over them. And it's like Tylers, and they're going after different Tylers in the league. And just all these little, it's like every Tyler is an informant, and how they plan to take them down, like week 1 through week 12. And it was very funny. So that one's people were speaking highly of that one on TikTok. Okay. Not that any of you fools are on TikTok chronically like me. Okay. Let's talk about golf. You guys are like, oh, now this bitch is still talking about golf. Okay. Yes, I am, because I'm trying to break 100. Do you guys know what that means? Breaking 100 means you shoot a pretty decent golf game. It's like, I don't even know who invented like shooting under 100. The pros consistently shoot like under 60 or something like that, or 50 or even better. I don't even know what the pros do, but I know that anytime we're on the golf course, Travis goes, once you break 100, I'll do this for you. Once you break 100, I'll buy you a new set of clubs. Once you break 100, I'll take you to this golf course. So I'm like, okay, is this like really hard to do or what? So the closest I've come so far is 114. So what that means is I'm 14 strokes away. Well, 15, because 99 is under 100. I'm 15 strokes away from being decent at golf, I guess. And some of the things he said he would buy me are like this tailor-made golf bag, which I think you can't even get anymore. It's like completely sold out. He says he'll take me to the PGA golf course in Tulum. And that's how you got to say it. Tulum. I'll be in Tulum on a golf course playing my little heart away, shooting under 100. I also want to get a really cute golf bracelet bangle. I actually want Christina Green to make something golf. Like I want her to make like a golden turquoise golf clip, like the ball marker. I don't know if we're that close enough to where I can like just message her and be like, hey, not to impose or just like act like I know anything about jewelry, but do you think you could make a golden turquoise ball marker for me personally? Thank you, ma'am. Okay. That, and then like a bangle, it's like a golf, like an iron, but like obviously bent around and cute, like to go on a wrist, and gold. And maybe on like where you would putt it, there's like a little like turquoise little golf ball. How cute would that be, guys? So I just want all kinds of stuff. I did splurge and get a Tyler Matthews, green golf dress that has like the shorts included. You have to like step into it. And it's just a really pretty color green. And I got it because we were on the way back from San Antonio and we had to meet some friends. We had to meet Aniele, Chile, John, Grace for the Dynamo Dash and Top Golf tournament at the Top Golf in Katy. And it was really, really fun. I looked really, really cute. And I was teaching Grace and Aniele like some golf, like, and they were doing so well. Like they were making contact with the ball. It's so fun to share a sport that you love. So that's the update on that. The game in San Antonio went great, thankfully. Legacy Ford in Rosenberg lent us another vehicle. So this time we were in a brand new, beautiful pearl white Explorer. And I gotta say, guys, this is probably one of the cozier rides on the road right now. So shout out to them. We're supposed to go to the Frio this weekend. So I'm gonna see if I can keep the Explorer until then, or if I can trade it out, maybe get in a Bronco, because I don't know. I feel like the Bronco does kind of match with the River a little bit better, but I love that Explorer. I'm telling you, if I was a mom or had a dog or anything, man, it's got 2 bucket seats, that third row, and then boom, just quickly release that third row, and it's got room for so many activities. So golf clubs fit in there very easily. So after the golf tournament we went back to the Dick's in Katy because I wanted to have my clubs regripped. Even though my clubs are like kind of cheap, I got them really cheap. I bought them from Academy years ago. And the guy was like, these grips are like more expensive than the clubs. I was like, yes, but I'm not getting new clubs until I break 100. And I think these grips are going to help me break 100. Well, anyway, he's talking to me and he's like, how do you spell your last name? And I kept saying, B like boy, Arrera. And the guy would go, Garr. And I would go, no, be like boy. And he'd be like Gar. And I'm like, you know what? Fuck it. Yes, Barrera, Tessa Barrera. And then this other guy comes and he's like, hey, where do I know you from? Radio or TV or both? Or like something like that. He was like really cool. His name was Gilbert. And he took over like the stuff. He's like the old pro. He was a PGA member. He's big time golf instructor, really cool, has worked at Golf Galaxy for years and years, but also Dick's Sporting Goods bought Golf Galaxy. So if you ever drive by on the freeway and you see a Dick's Sporting Goods and a Golf Galaxy, and you're like, which one should I go to? They're fucking connected, guys. They're freaking connected. Yeah, I didn't know that either. So I go in and he just gives me a few tips on putting. And then he goes, hey, these grips will be ready tomorrow. And you should have seen my face drop because I thought it was same day service. And I go, Gilbert, I'm not coming back to Katy tomorrow. And he is like, he like rolls his eyes and I just see him and he's like going to start regripping my golf clubs. So he got it done for me. Big shout out to the Dick's Sporting Goods in Katy. Whoop, 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 whoop. And they're like, it's going to take an hour. And I'm like, I'll wait an hour. I'm not coming back. And it didn't even take an hour. It took like 30 minutes. And I was just putting around and looking at all the stuff in there. So Gilbert's really cool. And I told him, hey, if you're ever downtown, hit us up. Hit me and Travis up. We'd love to have you in the golf simulator here. So love meeting friends. And he was at the Molly's Pub. That was my first ever appearance for Rod Ryan Show when I came down, when I first moved to Houston in October of 2019. So how many years is that in Houston? Okay, so 2019, I wouldn't even count it. So 21 to 26. So I guess I haven't lived here that long. 6 years, it's 26, so 6 years. Guys, I feel like I've been here for 30 years and I love it. Okay, any hoozle, that was a really fun experience. And it's always, like I said, it's always nice to meet listeners. But I saw him so he was at my first appearance, and this is the next time I catch up with him. So you never know who you're going to run into, who you're going to see again. That's why I say make friends, always be nice, always say hi. I was going to say you don't have to be nice, but I would prefer that. I think everyone would prefer that if we were nice. Okay, the last thing I'll say about golf is what's the best snack on the golf course? Because I got to say, we go to Herman Park. We've been to Herman Park twice last week. And the glizzy, the hot dog that they sell there, they wrap it in warm foil. And I can tell the buns, they go out. Here's the thing. It's a golf course, right? So it's like, who gives a shit? You're going to eat this hot dog. If the weenie's cold, falling, and the buns are soggy, like it doesn't matter. But theirs aren't. Like this lady that does the golf course, she's a señora, and she toast the buns, and the hot dog weenie is split down the middle, and that is like it's like sizzled. You can see where it's sear marks on the grill, and then she gives you, and she's like, "Do you want ketchup or mustard?" I'm like, "I want both." And so that glizzy, in addition to me wanting to improve, that glizzy alone is going to keep me going to Herman Park. And there were so many animals on the day we went. Like it was a sunny day. And there were those, what are they called? Oh God, I don't know. So a bunch of squirrels, and then that like swamp rat with like the thick tail. Those were walking all over the place. And then there's geese of all kind. There's ducks of all kind. I mean, I felt like fucking Snow White out there. Okay. So Herman Park, shout out to the glizzy. And what are the best golf snacks when you're out on the course? I mean, I take a pack of beef jerky. I like a pickle, man. I like a pickle, especially if I'm doing something active. Just have a cold, crunchy, big old dill pickle on ice. Maybe put a little twang. Okay, my mouth's watering a little bit. What else would be a good golf snack? Maybe like a good sandwich. But you got to remember, your gloves all dirty, your hands all dirty. I chew sunflower seeds out there a lot. And is that bad etiquette? Because I'm like spitting my shells everywhere. I just feel like the ants or the squirrels or whoever get it. I don't feel like it's trash. It's biodegradable. But if I'm wrong, I could be wrong. I've been wrong so many times in life. One thing about me is I'm good at convincing people that I'm not. But, I'm human. I know. You got Bobby jokes. Just edit that part out, probably, because people aren't going to believe you if I tell them. If they're not going to, they're going to think this podcast is fake news if I go around telling them that I've been wrong before. It just doesn't sit. It doesn't make any sense. Look how cute and fun I am. That doesn't make any sense. Okay, speaking of, we'll get back to Bobby jokes because I'm actually very proud of him. And on the way up to San Antonio, me and Travis and I, rather, listened to the last Pass the Gravy episode with Bobby Jokes with Robert Barbosa. And Alex was like so upset that Robert's getting a new job. And Pat was so silly. Oh my God, they were making me laugh. So that's a pretty good episode, Pass the Gravy podcast. I don't think they've ever shouted me out one time, but there's theirs because that's the kind of person I am. So anyway, shout out to Pass the Gravy. Shout out to Legacy Ford. We were so cozy. Shout out to the Glizzy at Herman Park. Speaking of hot dogs, what is the best hot dog? Because I know there's all different kinds, right? Like there's like a Seattle dog. My favorite one was the one in LA that they would be selling outside of the USC games, like the street meat. They sell, well, not just the SC games, but that's when I would get them because I'd be like needing to sober up. And it's the bacon wrapped ones, and they put like grilled jalapenos, grilled onions, mayonnaise, ketchup, mustard, just like that's the way, that's the like rotation of it. That's how they put the ketchup on there, like these little like zigzags, perfect little delicious zigzags. That probably is my favorite hot dog, okay? But I also like a kielbasa. I like a bratwurst. I like the Island Oktoberfest bratwurst that they do in Galveston, on Galveston Island. That's a really good glizzy. So yeah, I'm a connoisseur. See but I see guys, like I still drink champagne. I still like caviar, but whew, give me a Costco hot dog any day. Okay, I saw a TikTok that a girl, she was like almost crying. She goes, guys, just the way there's special needs people, there's probably special needs animal. And like, there's probably special needs animals, and what kind of services do they have? Like, I feel bad for them. And that is so true, because don't you ever see like a bird or a squirrel or something come up to you and it's like a little animal? And it's like, why aren't you afraid of me? You're going to get murdered, but yet you're just here being so sweet and nice. There are definitely special needs animals in the world. And if you ever run across one, just be extra kind to it, okay? Let's talk about how dating apps may be cheating on the universe. Someone had posed this theory online, and I said, oh, that's a good topic, because you know how against the dating apps I am, because it's just people are so full of shit, and they can just lie and be like, yeah, I really like reading long dissertations from universities, and I love poetry, and I just like a soft, quiet night, and I just want to provide for my woman, and they're just lying, but I will say that I did treat Instagram like a dating app, especially back in the day. And I met a guy who I thought who was just like, he's the one. And this was when it was my Australian boyfriend, and he had actually reached out to me first, but I was like, oh my gosh, like, this is it, this is the one. And it was just so stupid. Like, that whole relationship was such a waste of time and money. And I just feel like that was me forcing it. Like, you should definitely always just meet people in person, because vibes don't lie, energy don't lie. And that was just such an expensive lesson for me. But I do, now that my family are traveling and we want to do more of these trips, I do think taking them to Australia would be such a bucket list trip. And I want to do the thing where everyone in the family has to propose a destination, and you have to do a PowerPoint on why you think you should go there. So yeah. What else? Okay. One of the stops, my favorite stop on the cruise was this place called Ketchikan, Alaska. That's where we did like our ATV ride through the mountain, a ferry to a lodge, and then they served us crab and chowder and beer and dessert, and it was fucking amazing. Oh my God. Well, and I also saw a bald eagle on that journey. Well, I Googled just like you bring up Zillow everywhere, because I'm in media, I Google like media jobs in a lot of cities because I'm like, oh, let's just see if anyone's hiring. So I Googled Ketchikan media jobs, and there is a radio station that lost funding, and they need like $172,000 just to like get back and out. Oh, I'm burping now. Okay, I'm burping. I'm sneezing. I feel like I need to blow my nose. TV timeout. I need to blow my nose. Yeah, man. Some of my brain might be in that tissue. Okay. So they need like $172. $172. I wish. I'll buy it twice. $172,000 just to like instate their radio program. Here, I'm just going to tell you all the details now because I'll tell you exactly what I Googled. So their station call letters are KRBD. And it said, you may have heard that NPR won a lawsuit against the federal government. We are glad, but that victory doesn't restore KRBD's funding or any public funding. The lawsuit addressed a different legal question. The $172,000 per year that KRBD lost is still gone, and no court rulings bring it back. Now it's up to us. Will you invest in the local community and community connection you receive from KRBD every day? If every listener pitches in, we can sustain this station and keep Southeast Alaska informed for decades to come. So, wow. So Ketchikan is a town of about 14,000 people. It's a city and a borough combined. Of course, I'm reading from the website. It's part of Coast Alaska, which is a regional news collaborative that shares support and resources with its members, which includes like Juneau, Petersburg, et cetera, et cetera. So, God, it's just so pretty. I'm like looking at Perseverance Lake, which is where I believe we took a ferry. I'm looking at the city park, and it's just amazing. Like, I would love to work here, but just like 3 months a year or even 1 month a year. And it's got to be one of the summer months because it's just so, so pretty. I'm like telling Travis, I'm like, should I take out an alone and just go like own a radio station in Alaska? He's like, please don't do that. I will if I want. Because that's the type of woman I am, babes. You're lucky I don't want to more, babes. All right, moving on. Have you guys heard of the Spice Girls lore? Because I was like yesterday's years old when I learned that Mel B, Scary Spice, and Ginger Spice, Jerry, I think that's her real name, were like lesbian lovers. I mean, am I a fucking idiot living under a rock? Because I did not know. I always thought that it was Sporty Spice that was like a little les, which is like, that checked out, right? Oh, she's sporty. She must be a lesbian. People always think I'm a lesbian. And I'm like, yeah, good. Think that. Please, if you're a man, especially. So anyway, the tea is this, and I did not know this. So apparently Mel B and Scary and Ginger Spice had like a really serious love situation going on, and they like had this once in a lifetime romance with each other. Well, it was like off again, on again, and they were like also best friends, are also in the group, and this is like the band is like traveling and they're worldwide. And I mean, you guys know how big the Spice Girls were, and like Spice World, the movie, oh my gosh, all of it. Well, apparently then, I don't know if they were on a break or something, and I'm probably getting some of this wrong, but I do know this part. Mel B ended up dating one of the backup dancers, and you always, this is like such a common story, right? Like, so one of the main singers like falls in love with their backup dancers. Well, they're on the road and they're all in close proximity all of the time. It's like, these are the pickings, guys. These are who's available to date. So if you're wanting a romantic partnership on someone you will see consistently, it's got to be someone that's a part of the tour. So anyway, Mel B apparently starts dating one of the backup dancers, and then gets pregnant by one of the backup dancers. Apparently that broke Ginger's heart. She hated it. And the two, I guess, never really revealed that they had been dating. I sure as shit didn't know. But the day that, remember when Jerry wrote that letter and that English guy was like on a balcony reading it? Like, I'll love you forever, love Jerry, or love Ginger, whatever it is. Like, that's kind of the one pop moment that sticks out in my head. that day where basically the Spice Girls broke up was also Mel B's birthday. And so she like did that to like not only break up the band, but like kind of get Mel B back because she was so hurt that she had like this kid with this fucking guy. So I didn't know that. I saw a TikTok on it, and sure enough, like I went and some of that story checks out. And apparently Jerry, aka Ginger Spice, the redhead, is in like a full blown like marriage. I don't know if she has kids, but apparently like even the source of Mel B bringing up Scary Spice is like a sore subject for their marriage and relationship. I know. That's how my mind went because I didn't know that was a thing. I didn't know that Scary and Ginger Spice were hooking up right in front of our eyes when they were like on this world tour. And I think it's fantastic. And I wish from the bottom of my heart, sometimes I do wish I was lesbian. I really, really, really do. Like, I love women. Like, I find us so much more charming and better and efficient than this other species that I happen to be attracted to. It is such a buzzkill bummer for me sometimes. And I look at like my aunt who is Les with her beautiful partner, Mel, and their house is just so put together and they just do the coolest things and they are both on the same page. And I'm like, wow, okay, cool. Will I ever have that? Will I ever have that? Because Travis rage baits me. He rage baits me like at least once a day. And yeah, I am very envious of that. And then, speaking of wonderful lesbian relationships, I went to Sloane Rinaldi's house and I didn't get to see her wife, Connie. She was upstairs working, but we were also working. So we had like a creative meeting. So Sloane has all of these wonderful ideas and we're trying to put together some sort of travel barbecue show. And I'm not a huge fan of telling people what you're working on until it's done. But that's just calling it a travel barbecue show. That is so general for the things we actually have planned and that we want to do creatively. But anyway, Sloane lives in Kingwood, not to put too much of her business out there, but I pull up and it's in this wonderful neighborhood. She's got 2 lavender trees growing. There was like a big bumblebee on one of the lavender trees. And she's just had this beautiful backyard with like a fire pit. And it's like these awesome like pack of dogs, like 3 big dogs and then 1 like smaller medium dog that's still kind of big. And I was like, you're just out here living the life, aren't you? This is such a beautiful home. And I felt so good. And because Sloane is such like a wonderful chef and pitmaster and all those things, you know what our meeting snack was? Do you know what our meeting snack was when we got a little pickish because we were working so hard creatively? Fucking jumbo lump crab meat, spinach, creamy dip with little toast bites. Oh my God, talk about a dream. Talk about a dream. I didn't want to leave. And then I had like errands to do afterwards. She's like, here, I'm going to put you some to go. And I'm like, I can't take it. It's perishable. And I'm like, I'm going to be in my car all day. I was so distraught about that. But yeah, so that's another update. She also gave me logins. She was like, hey, have you seen this on Netflix? I was like, oh, I don't have Netflix. And I was using Giovanna from Work's password, but then it like kicked us out and I felt weird about like re-asking her. So Sloane also gave me her Netflix and Apple TV passwords because you guys know I will splurge on a lot of things, but paying for all the apps at one time, come after me. Come arrest me, okay? I'm not going to do it. I'm not going to do it ever. You're going to have to take me dead or alive if you think I'm going to pay for all these subscription services at once. That's basically just cable, which is what you guys decided you weren't fucking doing anymore. Okay? So suck it. Suck it, suck it, suck it. What else? Speaking of, now that I have a Netflix password, you guys need to watch this documentary called The Crash. It's about these 3 young kids who got in this awful accident. It's a girl driving, her boyfriend, and then their mutual friend in the back seat. And the 2, I don't want to give away too much, but it's horrendous. People do lose their lives in this crash. Someone doesn't. They're trying to figure out if it's intentional or not. They've got like all this police body cam and they've got, testimonials from victims' families. They have like all these TikToks. They have, obviously screenshots from all the rumor mill going around because it's high school. And it is just crazy. And I was hooked. I mean, last night I started it. I think Travis fell asleep because he had a long day when we were like cleaning, and he did most of the driving on the way back from San Antonio. So he was out. I was locked in. And in documentaries, once those violins hit and it's like, you're like, oh, this shit's going to be good. Like once those violins and that cello and it's like, dong, dong on the string, and it's just like facts after facts after facts, documents, receipts. Like it was just nuts. It was just nuts. And I finished it and my mind is blown. And I am actually still torn. Like I think it could be one or the other. Here's the thing. Like, is this girl like a piece of shit? Probably. Is she guilty of murdering her boyfriend and their mutual friend? Oof. See that? So that's the thing. It's like, does it feel good to see a piece of shit in prison? Sometimes, yeah. But should they actually be there? That's not a crime. Being an asshole isn't a crime. So you guys just watch it and tell me what you think. You can always reach out to me at Tess1Tess2 on IG or Tess1Tess2@gmail.com. Okay. I love it. I love it when you guys reach out to me. So that definitely gets my approval. Please watch that documentary. It might be 1 or 2 on Netflix top 10 right now. Also, did you guys know that speaking up, I'm talking to women, not guys. So not did you guys know, did you gals know that speaking up for yourself is actually so good for your body? And I am someone who has always had a voice because I speak loudly and I've been in media, but has it necessarily been my voice the whole time? I don't know. I don't know. Sometimes I keep quiet about stuff. Sometimes I feel stuff and I'm like, well, it's not good, so I'm just not going to put it out there. But did you know, like, being honest and truthful with yourself is actually so good for you? And if you hold stuff in and you like eat it and eat it and eat it and just don't say shit, you're going to make yourselves fucking sick. Okay. That's how autoimmune disease forms. That is how you start to get a tumor. So on the recommendation of your close personal friend, Tessa Barrera, go out there and be a bitch, ladies. Don't let a motherfucker tell you shit. And it's not like going out with a chip on your shoulder. It's like, hey, if someone does something that's not cool or racist or ugly or mean and you don't like it, say, hey, dude, I don't know, like I don't know who you hang around with all day that's cool with that. I'm not. Don't do that shit around me. And just start to feel your immune system normalize and just start to feel yourself heal from all the years of bullshit patriarchy that we've been dealing with. Okay? All right. So that's my suggestion. I also wanted to put a couple of things out there. I need to make a new vision board. That's on my to-do list this week. I need to make a new vision board. And on it, I'm going to put all kinds of gigs, and I'm going to put the Comets sideline reporter gig, or even I'm going to put this podcast going through the roof. I'm going to put, different places I want to travel on it. But one thing I really want to do, I want to forage. Guys, have you seen these foraging videos of like people on the coast and they go and they forage like mussels and clams? There's this one type of clam. It's called it's like a barnacle. It's called a gooseneck barnacle, or percedes in, perced maybe in Spain. And they're like little cockles. And you can only go forage them when the tide is low enough, and then the tide comes back on. But you got to go with a knife and like forage them. So I want to forage that. I want to forage sea urchin. I want to forage clam, mussels, and I want to go gigging for like flounder. Okay, so just know that about me. If there's any anglers out there who know when and where to do this shit, please, again, at Tess1, Tess2. And because I have been telling you guys to reach out to me and I want to say I do read some of these messages. Here is one, because I find them all the time and then I like screenshot them and then they get lost in the sauce of my photo album because I'm a very type B person. I'm not as organized as I should be. But there was a girl, it's Karina _ era. She wrote me some time ago and she said, Tessa, I did the same. I left my job because they didn't want to pay me enough. And as a Hispanic woman, as Hispanic women, we have to self-respect ourselves as well. I totally agree. People sometimes don't like honesty. And I've been told sometimes, Karina, you're too honest. She says, me and my superfan husband have followed you from the radio and met you at a Bobby Pulido concert. We've been rooting for you since then. Also, F those people that say you don't stay long term. Live your life and leave when you know you're not valued. For the people that stay forever at their jobs. Oh, she says, for the people that stay forever at their jobs, sorry you have a boring life, LOL. Okay, so obviously that's like kind of a dig at the end, but I'm so happy for people who have been comfortable enough to stay at a job for 5 years, 10 years, 15 years, 20 years. I met a guy yesterday who works for Univision, and he's a real good looking guy. And I know he does like the deportes stuff. And oh my God, his name is slipping me right now, but he's really good friends with Chile because Chile was at the event as well. And he goes, hey, I met you at this event before. And I was like, yeah, his face like looked totally familiar. And I know I've seen him like on TV and stuff. And he goes, man, I've been with my company for like 20 years. I go, man, that's so cool of them that they've paid you enough to keep you that long. And like I'm just being truthful. Like, you don't stay at a place if they're dicking you over a little bit. You know what I mean? Like, or maybe you do and you eat it and then they come to their senses. I don't know. Everyone's like situation is different, right? But I find that sometimes men are more likely to get that raise because they have to provide, right? They're looked at as the providers in society. Well, you know what? I have a life to provide for. I have barnacles to harvest. Okay. I have seashells to discover. So if people want to know what my goals are, my next employer, that's it. I want to create a magical life for myself and my niece and myself. So anyway, that's one of the messages that I got that I had been wanting to read. And then let's see, Jennifer Sanchez said, I stopped recording and watching HL a while back. I just wasn't into it. I can't pinpoint when. Well, I think you should keep recording it because I still think I know how hard the HL team works. And it's kind of shit because I feel like, I put me leaving, you feel like you're putting them in a bind, but I had to remember it's not me putting them in a bind right now. It's the company not wanting to keep a good thing going with me as the host. Okay. So, and that's no shade. Again, KPRC, no shade. Great company. I'd go work for them in a heartbeat if it made sense for me. We just could not agree to certain terms. But I did feel some sort of guilt because I know how hard the team works. And then boom, you pull out one person from that equation and it's like, fuck, everyone gets a little bit more work put on their plate. And these are my friends, very much my work family. I did not feel good doing that. She said, okay, however, I was off today and caught the episode and was pleasantly surprised about hearing about your podcast. I am now working a puzzle 2 episodes in and love it. I feel like this is totally you. And I love that. I'm proud of you. Can't wait to see where you'll end up. Remember 2 things. This too shall pass. Life is a roller coaster. Let him drive, HIM, and enjoy the ride. Guys, did I already read this one to you? See, this is just another testament of how organized I need to be. But you know what? That is such a nice message. So nice, I'll read it twice. So nice, I'll do it again. All right. So let's be awesome this week. Let's continue to spread the good Tess Talks word. And I do actually have a big update, but I'm going to save that one for next episode when it is a little more final. It's a little more final. My sister-in-law, my brother's fiance, had called me yesterday while we were at Dick's Sporting Goods. And she said, hey, do you want to go to the Frio this weekend? And I said, yep. She goes, okay. And I said, okay. And so she's like, I'll let you know the details when it's booked and George does. I go, send me an invoice, send me the dates, babe. So I'm really excited about that this weekend because Guys, there is nothing more that I adore than a Texas summer, and it's already getting hot. It's already here, and a little tubing, a little Frio action would do my soul some good. Please, as a favor to me, I know I'm like all in a good mood because I'm not working right now, but it's not gonna be like this for very much. I think it's been a little bit over a month. Do me a favor, do something for yourself that brings you joy. Get out and move your body. Please, please, please go out. I was talking to two chiropractors at this event for Memorial Lifestyle magazine called The 10, where they honor 10 distinguished and honorable women in the Memorial area. And we were just talking, drinking, chatting at a table. And they were like, we just tell our clients, you literally have to move it or lose it. It doesn't have to be exercise. If you hate exercise, go out and garden, bake with your hands, knead, pick up your grandchildren, anything that just gets those joints and those moves rolling. And I say that because, yes, I already did work out today. All my Mondays don't usually start like this, but I'm feeling an extra surge of energy today. So I'm really thankful for that. When I have these days, I try to knock out as many things as possible because I don't always feel that way. There are some days where I don't want to get out of bed, and I know you guys can relate. I'm also going to start a peptide journey soon that I want to talk to you more about once I'm more aware of what's going on and how it all works. But yeah, that's, I think, the tea with tea. You guys have been an amazing audience. Look at yourselves. Give yourselves a hand. I loves ya. And we'll talk soon. Okay. Mwah, bye.